Today, we're taking my 1984 Rabbit GTI on one last drive and thinking about what makes these cars so iconic and still fun today. I got into Volkswagens because of my dad, who had several of these Mark I's back in the late 80s and early 90s. He always talked about how much fun they were and how much he misses them, and so this has always been a bucket list dream car of mine. While living in Colorado in 2019, I came upon this car, and you've watched me put out videos of bringing this thing back to its original glory. I bought this car where it had been sitting in a guy's yard for where he told me around 10 years. They stripped it down, repainted it, and then never put it back together. So I got it running properly, redid most of the interior, and put all the trim back on the outside. I love the aesthetics of this car so much, especially in this trim. The white with all the black moldings and accents I think looks so good. You got the red on the grille, and I think just the 80s-ness just pops, and it's so cool. This is my favorite auto interior of all time. I'm not sure why, but the blue just works so good for me. This is 80s gold. Everything is blue. The headliner, the floor, the dash, the seats, everything. Plus the red stripes on the seat and around this bezel here. It is just perfect. I love it so much. But there is one thing about this car that makes it what it is. And that is the driving feel. These cars came out of the Westmoreland plant with only 90 horsepower. And yet, it's one of the most fun cars I've ever driven. No, it's not fast. Yes, it rattles and bumps, but that's the beauty of it. I've heard other people compare it to something like a go-kart, and I think that's quite accurate. It's got no power steering, so yeah, it's kind of heavy when you're in a parking lot, but on the road, it is quick and feels so good, and that's what makes it so fun. Got the close ratio trans in these cars. It's a 5-speed. Yeah, you're shifting a lot, but it keeps it right in the power band and makes it so much fun. This car does not compare at all to a newer car, both just with speed and handling and what it can do on a racetrack. And yet, this shows what modern cars have lost. This car does not drive itself, and that's the beauty of it. It is just so fun to be out on a country road just like this, enjoying it on a Sunday evening. As I mentioned, this is the GTI's last ride. I sold the car yesterday, so kind of a bummer, but it's been a long time in coming. I don't really have a place to store this car all the time, and it just gets in the way. So a friend found out that I was thinking about selling it, and I'm super excited with the buyer. He has some great plans with this car. I'm just super blessed to have this opportunity to own a car like this. I had fun fixing it up. I was so torn with what to do with it for a while, just because I love modifying cars, making them fast, all stancy boy and stuff. And this car is just automotive perfection as is, and I just could not bring myself to hack it up or do mods and just change things up. So that's where we're at. I'll put some updates on my Instagram once the owner does his work to it. I won't say what he's got in store, but it's gonna be awesome. So thanks so much again, guys, for the support and keeping up with this ride. Like I said, a little bit of a bummer to sell it, but hey, you gotta sell it to make room for more projects and bigger and better things coming up. So until next time, peace!